Hello, Lockport Township High School District 205 parents and guardians. My name is Dr. Bob McBride, Superintendent of Lockport Township High School, and this is your board meeting brief for our Board of Education meeting on Monday, February 28th. As we've been doing at most of our board meetings, we started with a celebration. And our Board of Education believes that it's so important to put students and their accomplishments front and center. We celebrated champions, our championship cheer team, our championship girls bowling team, and our championship wrestlers. Also, I have to congratulate our wrestling team as a group for their third place team at IHSA State this past weekend. The reason why we feel it's so important to put those accomplishments in front of our community, in front of our board, is really to celebrate the resilience of our students, to lift up everything that they've done, that despite this pandemic, they continue to achieve in activities, in athletics, and most importantly, in the classroom. A very important subject that I worked with the Board of Education on are all of the changes that we've experienced in the past 3 weeks with the pandemic, which we hope is becoming an endemic. And we certainly hope we are leaving it behind after 2 difficult years. On Friday, February 25th, there was a watershed of announcements made. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention announced new guidelines for the nation and for schools. The Illinois Supreme Court made a decision and Governor Pritzker made a decision. Now, we've been in mask optional for 2 weeks already. Our health metrics are strong. Our disease and illness among students and staff is at a very, very low ebb, and that's all good. As a Board of Education, we went back to the plan that we approved on August 2nd and looked at the revisions that we would have to make to come current with legal decisions and new guidance from health agencies. In many ways, control for battling this pandemic has really returned to our school board, much as it was on August 2nd, 2021. The new CDC guidelines, which are one resource that we would look at in order to make decisions, informed decisions, redefine levels of transmission to low, medium, and high. For example, the CDC does not require universal mask wearing in low or in medium. It strongly recommends mask wearing in high. Where does low, medium, and high come from? The CDC is now looking at hospital admissions. Previously, it looked at positivity rate and cases per 100,000 as the metric to indicate to public institutions and schools what the level of transmission is in a community. Hospitalizations is the metric that they're looking at now because it's a concern for all of us if for some reason we have a medical emergency and we cannot get access at a hospital because it's filled with COVID patients. Presently, the CDC lists Will County in low. And that's a good thing. And that's where we want to stay. Low allows us to be in mask optional. Low allows a positive health climate for our students, for our staff, for our lives. And here's where we could use your help. There are 2 things in your home that you could do to help us. First and foremost, if you have a child who is diagnosed with COVID-19, please report it to our nurse's office and keep your child home for at least 5 days. Child can return to school on the 6th day if they have no symptoms. But the second thing that you can do is please keep a sick student at home. No student should return to school until they are 24 hours free of any kind of COVID symptom. If you could do those 2 things, report positive COVID if you have a student who's diagnosed that way, and if you can keep sick students at home, that is something you can do to help keep us in low. How will our board make decisions moving forward about COVID-19? As I mentioned, we are in low with the least amount of COVID mitigations. But we as a public institution have to keep our eye on if that changes, if we move into medium or if we move into high. Our board will make informed decisions. It will look at data from the CDC, advisement from the Illinois Department of Public Health, information from Will County Department of Public Health, and what is happening right here within our own walls at East and Central. If we have 6 students and 6 staff that disrupts education, then we would have to go from mask optional to mask strongly recommended to mask required to remote learning, which of course none of us want, because we all believe that in-person learning is absolutely where our students belong. So thank you for that support, and our plan is available on our website. It's also available as part of our board agenda from last night. Finally, something very important for families is the school calendar for the school year of 2022 and 2023. 3 important dates to share with you, and we will also upload this calendar as well. The start of school next year. Tuesday, August 16th, 2022 will be our first day of school for next year. Winter break. We will go out on winter break after the last day of final exams on Thursday, December 22nd. And the end of the school year. We will end school next year on Wednesday, May 31st. I do want parents to know that our spring break is aligned with all the spring breaks of the 7 feeder districts that feed into Lockport Township High School. Thank you so much for listening to this board brief. Thank you so much for your help at home. And thank you for celebrating with us the accomplishments of our students and our pathway out of this pandemic. It's all reason to celebrate, it's all reason to be hopeful, and it's all reason to raise up the efforts that our students and our staff have had through this time and into the future. Thank you so much, and go Porters.